Hello. Today we're on part 4 of this website thing. So we're going to do styling on Squarespace and how you can manage your colors and fonts and things like that. So let's get started on that. So back to the website I've been making for this. The colors, I kind of hate this orange and stuff like that. So the way Squarespace works is you could, but technically you can't edit colors of individual items. You have to edit the entire website styles, but you get a few templates that you can use on different pages. So I'll show you what that means. So we're gonna go to pages really quickly. So you have to be on a page to edit styles. So I'm gonna be at my cover page at the moment. Actually, I'm gonna go to my home page properly because it has a little bit more of the usual stuff. So then you click edit up at the top, and then you click on this paintbrush at the top right. That opens up your site styles. That's the way to get it nowadays. It used to be different before, it might be different in the future, but that's how you get it at the moment. And then you have different styles here. The easier ones are like buttons. So how do you want your buttons to look? And they'll look the same across the website. The reason this button won't change is because we coded this button in one of our previous parts. So this button is custom made, so this will not change with the styling here, but this one for example will. So let's say right now we have it solid, but if I wanted it outlined, it will change to look kind of like an outline. That's so much worse, but you get the idea. And then you can also make it rounded or a pill like that. We'll make it a pill. I'm gonna save that. So not only has this clubs list button changed on my English homepage, but it also will have changed on my French homepage and in my cover as well. So all the buttons will kind of look the same unless you edit them with custom CSS, which is possible, of course. Then there's the matter of the fonts and the colors and things like that. So animations there, that's pretty cool as well. Like how will the site load up and animate? So like if you want to do a fade, it does that. Slide is pretty cool. I like slide a lot, so I'm going to do slide probably. You can also edit, so in terms of image blocks, there's different types of image blocks, and the way how your image uploads to Squarespace, you can edit a lot of features about each image block. So if it's a poster, you can edit that. And I'd recommend just playing around with it if you have images on your website and seeing which one you like best. But the one that's super important is obviously colors. So in colors, you have all these themes that you apply to pages. And then those pages will have the colors that are with that theme. So this page right here is the darkest 1 theme. And then the footer here is the bright 2 theme. So let's say if I go to darkest 1, for example, I go here, I can edit what the colors of all the items are in the darkest 1 theme. Now, every time I apply the darkest 1 theme to a page, all those color settings will be the same, and I can't change that unless I put custom CSS. So it's like important to usually just keep what the themes are. You can edit some really small things, like if you want your headings to be, a little bit like that kind of thing, then you could do that kind of thing. So you can see that heading changed just a little bit. But I almost always leave it at the default color settings unless I'm doing something very, very particular. What you do change is your palette. This is like the look of your website. You can do it from an image, you can upload an image and kind of do it from there. You can do it from a color, you pick a color and it suggests you some palettes, or you can use some presets. I'm gonna try to use the color. I'm gonna go with red, and then probably go complementary, or now let's go monochrome. So then now all my themes have changed to match the palette that I picked. I don't like how darkest 1's buttons are white, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to go darkest 1, I'm going to go to button, I'll change the background to, I'm going to go to my palette, make the background red, and the text, I'm going to make it white. That looks kind of ugly. That red is way too strong, so I'm gonna kind of make it darker probably. Maybe a little less over here. Let's go with that for now. Okay, so there you go. Kind of gonna go with that. now I'm gonna have to edit that button's color code as well later. If you remember from the previous part, we custom picked that color to match our buttons from before. So we're gonna have to go change that later. I'm not gonna do it here. It'd be a good exercise to try to figure out how to do that. It will really help you understand the code behind that button and how to create your own code of buttons as well. Next is the font. Oh, by the way, to save this, you click out of the paintbrush, and then, so I was in the paintbrush, I click out, and then you click done save, and then it will save the styles that you changed. So for fonts, you go to edit again, you go to the paintbrush to the top right, go to fonts, and then you can pick your font pack. So there's a whole bunch of font combinations. Really, it's just what your heading will be and what your paragraphs will be. So for example, this one, let's see, what will we pick? Let's go with maybe something like this. That could be nice. Let's try it. Wow, that is terrible. Not gonna do that. Let's try this one maybe. No, maybe let's try mixed. Serif is that little those, how you see how the text have like little edges at the end. That's what a serif font is, and sans serif is like without that, so they're more like curved and stuff. That's one way to, I guess, explain it. I'm not an expert, but you know, I'm gonna maybe keep it my original, what our original font was. Let's go with that, whatever. So that's our font, and when you save it, that applies to the entire website. The only way to change it is with code, so that is one thing. What you can do though, if you go to edit again, paintbrush, go to fonts, you can pretty much change the font of every type of element on your website. So while I have a font pack, I can go to headings and I can say, for font, I want to just have it be something completely different, and I can pick that. Say I want a Helvetica because Helvetica is sick. That will apply to all my headings all across the website, and then you can change other things as well, like the size of the heading as well, that kind of thing. Again, plus the entire website, so you have to be careful, especially when you're working with a big website. That's once you make a change, just because you think it looks good on one page, you have to make sure it looks good on every page as well. If you go to assign style, there's other stuff as well that you can assign your fonts to. If you go to miscellaneous, I think miscellaneous is okay, there it is, like tags, product prices, and more. Basically everything else that's not a button, a heading, a paragraph. That's miscellaneous. So it's not like you have a lot of options, but there's obviously some limitations. So yeah, that's essentially styling. So play around with it, make it your own kind of colors and fonts and things for now. And yeah, that's it for this one. Easy peasy.